The views expressed on this program are those of the commenters alone. They do not represent the views or opinions of Valley News Live, our parent company, or our advertisers.
Welcome back tonight in the Hot Box live from Bismarck. Representative Kathy Hawkins. Kathy, thanks for joining me so much tonight. I know you had a child care initiative bill put
I'm more than happy to be there.
On the House floor. I want to get to that in a moment, but I want to start with higher ed. Yesterday, we had Attorney General Wayne Stenjum join us. We were talking about his opinion that came out last Thursday about the NDSU grant associated with Planned Parenthood, the sex education. I want to get your opinion. Do you think that President Brashani influenced his counsel to stop this grant from going through because he knew he was in a legislative session and wanted to make sure he got as much money as possible for the higher ed and NDSU?
No, I really don't. As a matter of fact, I'd answer that absolutely not. I think that, always you are concerned to make sure you're following the rules, and I think that's what the situation was. But I'm extremely pleased that the Attorney General's opinion came out the way it did. I think there was a lot of misunderstanding, Chris, in the newspaper and on the air as to what exactly the program is. This is a voluntary program for children who are at risk, who really need some help, and their parents sign them up. And the children, or young adults, they're not children, have the opportunity to learn skills, not just about sex education, but also how to deal with bullying, confrontation, communication. So the program itself, I think, is a really positive thing for our community, and I'm very, very happy it's moving forward.
So help me understand this, because it was greenlit in September of 2012. Obviously, there's a vetting process at NDSU for grants. Are you basically saying that the vetting process is broken or something's wrong with it, and that's why they ended up having to stop this thing? Or help me understand.
No, I don't think so. I think that there were a couple of people who were using a old law to discontinue a program because it has the word sex education in it. And that's unfortunate, because we know that our children do the best when they have a comprehensive sex education program, and hopefully that includes getting the majority of their information from their parents. But that isn't always true. So no, I don't think the vetting I don't think that process is broken. I do think that sometimes we move too fast, and I think in this instance they were trying to err on the side of caution, and now they can move forward.
Now, you and I both know we spent a lot of money in the state on higher education. I want to move on to a bill that you sponsored, House Bill 1422, about the Child Care Initiative. Quickly, tell us a little bit about this and what you were trying to accomplish.
This is actually a child care stabilization bill. It is to, I hate to use the word Band-Aid, but it's actually a Band-Aid to help with the situation, particularly in the West. When the 2020 group was going around the state, every place they stopped, child care was the #1 issue that came forward as something that needed to be addressed. It isn't an easy one. It has lots of different fingers. So it's hard to come up with a simple solution. And, well, there isn't a simple solution.
I've got a simple one.
But this bill, child care stabilization.
I've got a simple one. The one thing I can't understand, Kathy, is that you've got all this money right now in the coffers, and I'm wondering why there isn't more tax breaks for parents that want to stay home with their kids. I haven't seen one person put forth on the floor, House or Senate, saying, hey, you know what, we've got an issue here with daycare in the state. Why don't we create some sort of tax break for parents that want to stay home, make it easier for you, and that way it eliminates some of this money going to daycare?
Well, I'll tell you that is a bill that we put in probably about 15 years ago. It didn't go very far. I've been working on this issue as long as I've been in the legislature. And this one was simply a per-child payment to the centers and the providers that are there now to help them with quality, help them with business plans so that they can cash flow. It was to, at this point in time, stop the bleeding. And then we have a study which has passed the House, which is a comprehensive study on all early childhood. And one of the components just could be what you just suggested. We want to look at everything.
So does that possibly pass? And what's the next step here as we head into crossover week?
I'm not exactly sure what will happen. I am hopeful that we will keep 1422 alive. It's right now sitting in the Appropriations Committee, and I have a vote in that committee, but one never knows what's going to happen. We do funny things in that room. But hopefully it will pass and will move over to the Senate. And the Senate then will have the opportunity to look at it and see if it should have money in it, or if there's a better way that we should be looking at this. And that's the process. We work a long time and hopefully come out with a good product.
Last question for you. How much money are you looking to appropriate to this bill?
This bill had $15 million in it.
All right, Kathy Hawkins, thank you very much. Look forward to having you back on in the future. Keep up the good work. I know it's been a very interesting session. Stay close. Coming up, very interesting economic forum that's going to take place here Thursday as we look at what's the next level of growth for the Valley and for North Dakota. The president of the Fargo-Moorhead-West Fargo Chamber joins us next. And as always, please join our conversation. What's your answer to the daycare situation? It is one of the most pervasive challenges we face in the state. What's your solution? Go to our website and let us know, 630pov.com.